panelists have said, to include disciplines beyond the technical. So we need to account for, as we say at AI Now, the full stack supply chain, accounting for the contexts in which AI is going to be used, accounting for the experience of the communities who are going to be classified and whose lives are going to be shaped by these systems. And we need to develop mechanisms to include these at every step of decision-making so that we ensure in complex social contexts where these tools are being used that they're safe and that the people most at risk of harm are protected.
Thank you.
Very briefly, I think NSF can better integrate ethics into the aspect of grant making and also how you can kind of gate for ethics on certain grant applications. And additionally, we should put a huge emphasis on K through 12. I think if you look at the pipeline of people in AI, they drop out earlier than college, and so we should reach them before then.
We're already seeing initiatives where even kids as young as 5 and 6 are being taught AI, and there's an opportunity to also teach issues with bias and the need for responsibility. And we're also starting to see competitions that incentivize the creation of responsible AI curriculum. Mozilla Foundation is conducting one of these competitions right now at the undergraduate level. We also need to look at ways of learning AI that are outside of formal education and look at the different types of online courses that are available for people who might not enter the field in traditional ways, and make sure that we're also including ethical and responsible considerations in those areas.
Okay. I'm over my time, but go ahead briefly.
As I mentioned in my oral and written testimony, the Human Genome Project presents an excellent example of why and how the ethical, social, and legal implications of AI need to be considered from the beginning, not as an afterthought. Therefore, it should follow both the scientific realm and having dedicated workforce in that particular space with stakeholders from several different entities to certainly protect and remain vigilant in terms of the scientific advances and the deployment implications of the technology.
Thank you very much, Mr. Baird.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Dr. Terasi, in this Congress, the House Science Committee has introduced H.R. 617, the Department of Energy Veterans Health Initiative Act, a bill which I am also a co-sponsor. I'm also a Vietnam veteran, and that directs the DOE to establish a research program in AI and high-performance computing is focused on supporting the VA by helping solve big data challenges associated with veterans health care. In your prepared testimony, you highlighted Oak Ridge National Laboratory's work with the joint DOE-VA Million Veterans Program, or MVP champion. So my question is, from your perspective, what was the collaboration process like with the VA?
Sorry. From the scientific perspective, it has been a very interesting and fruitful collaboration. Speaking as a scientist who spent a couple of decades in clinical academia before I moved to the Department of Energy, I would say that there is a cultural shift between the two communities. The clinical community will always be focused on translational value and short-term gains, when the basic scientific community will be focused on not short-term solutions, but disruptive solutions with sustainable value. In that respect, these are two complementary forces, and I applaud the synergy between basic sciences and applied sciences. It is a relay. Without an important application, we cannot drive meaningfully basic science, and vice versa.
Thank you. And continuing on, what do you feel we can accomplish by doing that, managing that large database? What do you think will help in them?
This answer applies not only to the collaboration with the Veterans Administration, but in general in the healthcare space. Healthcare is one of the areas that will be most impacted by artificial intelligence in the 21st century. We have lots of challenges that do have digital solutions that are compute, data intensive, and by extension, energy security and energy consumption is an issue. In that respect, the collaboration between the DOE national laboratories with the exceptional resources and expertise they have in big data management, secure data management, advanced analytics, and with high-performance computing can certainly